You know guys, when it rains, it pours. Our second loss of the season came only a few days after the first, and honestly, it's always better to take these hits early on. That way, there's still plenty of time to regroup, refocus, and steady ourselves before things truly matter. So no, there's absolutely no reason to panic. The season is still long, and we all saw last year how Arne Slot has the ability to put things back on track when it matters most. But at the same time, that doesn't mean we can't look at what went wrong. Criticism is part of the game. We've also seen your comments, and let's clear something up right now. We are not claiming to know more than the manager, and we're definitely not doubting him. What we try to do with these videos is break down what happened during the game as clearly as we can, while also giving all of you a space to share your own ideas and debate with us in the comments. Now that's out of the way, go ahead and hit those like and subscribe buttons, and let's dive straight into the video. Let's start with the lineup like we always do. Alisson kept his spot in goal with Virgil van Dijk and Ibrahima Konate paired together at centre-back. On the flanks we had the two Hungarians operating as fullbacks, Milos Kerkez on the left and Dominik Szoboszlai on the right. The midfield was made up of Ryan Gravenberch, Curtis Jones and Florian Wirtz, giving us a solid mix of energy and creativity in the middle of the pitch. Up front, the trio of Cody Gakpo, Hugo Ekitike and Jeremy Frimpong were tasked with leading the attack. And here's the thing, from literally the very first minute of the game, Galatasaray were already targeting the exact weakness we had mentioned in our last video. No exaggeration, it was just 1 minute in, and they were quick to test us in those out of possession situations we've been worried about. You can see in this goal kick that we only had Ekitike pressing on the first line. That kind of pressure is not enough, and it gave their player all the time in the world to carry the ball forward. From there, Wirtz was locked onto his man on the ball side, while Jones was more focused on covering space on the opposite side. The problem came when Gundogan drifted wide to pull Gravenberch out, and their left winger moved inside. That combination left Jones a step too late to react, and it allowed them to play straight through our midfield line. Once that line was broken, all it took was one sharp dribble and a simple threaded pass in behind our high defensive line. You can see the defenders trying to maintain a +1 or even a +2 advantage, since no one tracked the winger inside. But in reality, it left us exposed, and the whole situation turned into a very dangerous moment we had created for ourselves. The positive side is that this wasn't something that kept happening again and again during the match. A big reason for that is Galatasaray chose to go long with their passes more often than not, which meant they weren't always trying to build through our midfield. On top of that, we also made an adjustment by committing more players to the press, especially once the second half started. That extra pressure helped us close down spaces quicker and reduce the risk of being bypassed so easily. The problem though was that once again we got punished in transition. This has been a theme for us, and not a new one either. We saw the same issue back in pre-season, and it showed up against Bournemouth and Crystal Palace as well. In this game it happened in the 13th minute. We went from being just a step away from scoring ourselves to conceding a penalty only a few seconds later. The sequence actually started with a really nice build-up. Alisson stepped up between the two centre-backs, giving us the extra man we needed to overload their pressing line. At the same time, Szoboszlai stayed a bit higher than Kerkez, which gave us an asymmetrical shape designed to pull their press toward one side. The idea worked exactly as planned. We attracted the pressure over to the left, then Kerkez managed to find Gravenberch with a sharp diagonal pass that cut through the press and used its momentum against them. In that moment, everything looked spot on. The issue here is that Gravenberch is at his best when he's carrying the ball through pressure. And yes, that can actually be a problem, because when there isn't much pressure on him, he rarely looks to hit those longer passes. That's not really his fault, it's just not the type of player he is. In this same sequence, you can clearly see Hugo making a run in behind, and Frimpong trying something similar out wide. Those were good options to exploit, but instead Ryan slowed the play down and played it back to Konate. From there, Konate tried to go long himself, but his pass went astray and the move broke down. Now, this wasn't all bad at first. Right after losing the ball, we pressed their keeper and managed to force him to go long. From there, we actually won both the initial duel and the second ball, which set us up for a quick attack. That moment ended with Hugo going face to face with their goalkeeper, and if luck had been on our side, Cody Gakpo would have easily put away the rebound for our opening goal. But instead of celebrating, what followed was nothing short of catastrophic. Florian Wirtz, who we're starting to worry might be low on confidence, tried an unnecessary backheel pass the moment he received the ball. That single action triggered a lightning-fast counter against us. Gundogan picked up possession, and at that point Gravenberch made the wrong read. He was caught staring at the ball, stuck between deciding whether to step up and double on Gundogan or drop back to cover the space. That hesitation was costly. It allowed their player to slip behind Ekitike and receive the pass that began our downfall. From there, the ball was quickly switched out wide to their winger, who squared up against Soboslai in a 1 versus 1. He used the contact in the box to his full advantage, and that was enough to win them the penalty. Overall, the performance itself wasn't terrible. We still managed to create a few chances here and there, but that's exactly the problem. It just wasn't enough. In the second half, bringing on Isak helped us pin their backline much deeper, which gave us more control over the flow of the game. For a while, it felt like we had them where we wanted. But even with that advantage, we kept giving the ball away far too easily in key phases. Those sloppy moments either killed our momentum or handed possession back to them in dangerous areas, which always put us under pressure again. So, to wrap everything up guys, this was another game that showed us both sides of our team. On one hand, there were moments where we looked strong, controlled the ball well, and created some dangerous chances. On the other hand, we also saw the same issues that have been following us around for a while, especially in transitions and in how easily we give away possession. These little details add up, and when you're facing good opposition, they will always make you pay for them. The encouraging thing is that it's still early in the season. Nothing is lost, and we've already seen that Arne Slot knows how to steady the ship when things get rough. This is just part of the process, and sometimes you need these setbacks to really see where the weaknesses are. It's never fun to talk about mistakes, but that's exactly how the team will improve and how we'll grow stronger moving forward. What we want to stress again is that this is not about doubting the manager or losing faith in the players. It's about understanding what went wrong, breaking it down together, and building better discussions in this community. That's why we make these videos, and honestly, the best part is reading all your thoughts in the comments. You guys always bring up ideas or angles we might have missed, and it makes the whole conversation so much richer. So let us know what you think. Was it just a bad day at the office, or do you believe these issues are becoming a bigger concern? Drop your thoughts below, and as always, don't forget to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and share it with your friends. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.